Good morning. Welcome to Southington High School's Capstone course, guiding your journey that leads you to your vision of the graduate from Southington Public Schools, specifically Southington High School. My name is Carrie Louise, and it is my pleasure to guide you through our Southington High School's Capstone program this year. During the day, you can find me in our Technology and Engineering department, where I instruct Project Lead the Way Digital Electronics and Engineering Design and Development, as well as the Architectural Engineering and Design course. Partnered with my colleague, Mr. Michael Gagnon of the English department, we will provide you 8 capstone lessons supporting your journey to complete your personal vision of the graduate. You can contact me at any time at klouise@southingtonschools.org. This is the first of 8 classes this year, and this video introduces you to the entire capstone process, which culminates into your personal e-portfolio. So you may be asking, well, why capstone? What is an e-portfolio? Or even, why are we doing this? Well, according to the Connecticut State Board of Education, the graduating classes of 2023 and beyond are required to complete a 1-credit, mastery-based assessment known as the capstone. It is up to each and every school district to define its requirements. Southington Public Schools adopted their capstone in 2021, and it has been defined as the assessment of students' progress to meet the 6 C's: collaboration, communication, creativity, critical thinking, citizenship, and content mastery of our district's vision of the graduate. Throughout your 4 years at Southington High School, the state requirement will be met with the selection of 3 pieces of work that best represent each of the 6 C's and a reflection of your choices in your e-portfolio. Before we go into detail, let's have a look at our vision, essentially the foundation to your capstone. A graduate of the Southington Public Schools will be college or career ready and prepared for life beyond by mastering the knowledge and demonstrating the skills to communicate effectively, think creatively and critically, and contribute to the global community. Mr. Gagnon will provide more detail in your next lesson, but in general, the 6 C's are: collaboration, the action of working with someone to produce or create something; communication, the share or exchange of information; and understanding of others. Creativity is the use of the imagination or original ideas, especially in the production of work. Critical thinking, the objective analysis and evaluation of an issue in order to form a judgment. Citizenship is the conduct of oneself in accordance with the rights, duties, and privilege of belonging to a group, community, or a global nation. And finally, content mastery is the action or process of mastering a subject or accomplishment. Each of the 8 lessons and their respective dates allow you to complete a deeper dive into each of the 6 C's and have been conveniently organized into your Canvas lesson plan. But let's have a look at today's focus, the e-portfolio as capstone, and the directions for you to create and personalize your very own. The instructions can be a bit complicated, but if followed correctly, a step at a time, you will be successful in creating your copy by duplicating the template as your e-portfolio. These are summarized briefly here. In today's Canvas lesson, you will click on the e-portfolio link to begin. At the top right corner of the SPS Student Portfolio template, click on the 3 black dots inside the gray circle. From the drop-down menu, select Duplicate Site. Under Duplicate Site screen, change the file name to your first name, last name's e-portfolio. Once complete, edit the links option and share your site with both of your advisory instructors. Finally, the remainder of the class time will be spent to personalize your first 2 pages of the site. I have a sneaking suspicion you will need to go through this together. Advisors, you can stop and start this following portion of the video with every student's successful completion for each of the steps. Let's begin. You will have already opened Chrome and Lesson 1 in your Canvas course. Scroll down and click on the ePortfolio link to begin. Second, at the top right corner of SPS Student Portfolio Template, click on the 3 black dots, which will be surrounded by a gray shaded circle area when you hover over it. Third, from its drop-down menu, select Duplicate Site. Fourth, in the Duplicate Site screen, you will see the file name Copy of SPS Student ePortfolio Template. By double-clicking, change that to your first and last name's ePortfolio. As an example, for me, that would be Carrie Louise's ePortfolio. Now click Duplicate. Once the copy has been made, as identified at the bottom of your screen, rather than checking your email, open up a new Google tab, click on the Google app 9 grid dots, click on Sites, and double-click on your ePortfolio, which should be located at the top of your files. Before you begin to personalize, there are 2 last steps. Click on the Share button in the top right corner. It is the one that has an outline of a person's head and shoulders and a plus sign. First, in the Links window below, it states Links Restricted. Click Change. At Draft Restricted, click on the small gray arrow to the right and select Draft Southington Public Schools. Your permissions will be updated, but wait, don't click Done. In the Share with People and Groups at the top, click Add both your advisory instructors who will have provided their names on the board. I'm going to add Michael Gagnon and, for example, purposes, myself. Now click Send. So you have successfully created your ePortfolio site, and now you begin to personalize your first 2 pages for the rest of the period. There are, however, some simple navigations instructions to follow here. First, you will find Pages at the top right corner. Click at it, and now you'll be able to find your home page, which is what you had been on all the way along. You can identify the ownership of your Canvas portfolio here by clicking on the squared areas and place your lane. You can also, in this period, type a little bit about you in the About Me section. Your additions to your ePortfolio will always be found in between square brackets and closing. Type your answer here. At this point in time, as an option, You may wish to take the opportunity to include your achievements, strengths, and areas of growth in your free time or during this class, but these will be addressed in next year's capstone lessons. Second, in the Pages navigation panel, click the left arrow next to Capstone Advisory Class Information. Here you will find the remaining 7 lessons for this year's course. Today, you will continue your personalization to only the Capstone Advisory Class Information. Simply click on this, add your grade, as well as your advisor's name and current and past classes. You will see at the bottom of this page that there's a goal setting area. This area again is optional to fill out at this time and will also be covered in next year's lesson. If you feel prompted to do so, please include some of your goals if that's how you would like to go about it and if you have free time at the end of this period. If you had difficulties duplicating your ePortfolio site, or if you are unable to complete the personalization of your ePortfolio during this capstone period, please be certain to complete your home and capstone advisory class information pages prior to our next capstone session. We trust you have enjoyed completing your first step of your capstone journey on your way to fulfilling Southington Public Schools' vision of the graduate and your ePortfolio. At this time, I would like to say thanks. If you have any questions at all, please present these to your capstone advisors or to your guidance counselor. I look forward to meeting with you again in Lesson 3, and until then, I wish you continued success on your high school vision and journey. Bye-bye.